accomplish in a week what I'm daily required. I meet quotas while you rappers having sleepovers, spending nights in the studio trying to beat Hova, be in the throne instead of being your own. But look, I'm making moves in my city, so my ex-girls wanna be up in the video. They ex-girls steady trying to get with me though. Important and vital, I'm caught in a cycle, and this is all I know. And yes, I know it well. I try to explain it, my effort comes at no avail. I'm from the place where they release records and no one sell, and still they claim king, nigga, it's the same thing all day long. But that's a screw face. Rappers befriend you at first, but really they two-faced, hoping you slip or trip over your own shoelace. That's why I tuck them in, not giving a fuck again. D-R-A, you add the K-E, a couple million, you labels cannot play me. I never go broke, I'm far from a flash in the pan. I am a passionate man, planted with cash in my hand. I got few days left, but I'ma make use of every single one until every single's done, until every record is sold and every string is strung. Tell me to take a breather, Drake, and everything will come. Dog, it's always been the same. It's all love like no score in a tennis game for the son of Dennis James, owner of the city downtown on a Friday. Streets behind me like I took a picture in the driveway. I rolled down strips and hose down whips that when turtle wax up, they would close down Richmond with no downshifting. Haters would say I'm adequate. I think I got the type of flow to make an addict quit. 21 years I've been pimping since then. Repurchased trap music 4 times since then. Seamless transition, I'm the new Fresh Prince. Getting pennies for my thoughts, so I put my 2 cents in. Top of the morning, I am dropping a coin in. Plus I'm changing the game, you hear me swapping and join in. And put the fires out, and bring the bias out, and try and box us all together for they buy us out. If they profit from the events, we hand the flyers out. Then we profit from the attempts to hand desires out. But rich is how we're all ending up. I'm at the label in the elevator, send them.
Good God Almighty, like back in the old days.
Yo, what's good, chat? What's good? Happy Thursday. Okay, we got a couple super chats right off the rip. I'll get to those in a second. How you guys doing, man? How's I saw someone mention that Ross and French Montana are going through the Verzuz right now. And I was looking at it a minute ago, and I could just go to my homepage, and it looks like I think as many people that are watching Ross and French Montana on Apple are watching academics watch Ross and Montana on Apple. Like, very similar. Let me see. It'll probably be right on my homepage. Yeah, okay, so here's Ack. He got 4.3K watching. And they've got, should have been on my main page. It was like 6 or something. 6,000 people. You know? But it is what it is. Okay, so Camara with the 5. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the 5. Hey, brother, huge supporter of you from day one. We follow each other, too. Drake is one of the reasons I'm living today. Can I please get the Iceman Givey? I'm assuming Givey means the gift, maybe, right? Is that what it meant? I'm trying to follow. I'm glad that Drake's music could impact you in that way, bro, because I feel like a lot of people try to undersell his impact in music and what his music has done for people. And there's a lot of people like you who say that. I mean, Drake got me through many breakups and lots of dark times in my life. I remember when Club Paradise dropped, I was going through it bad. And I remember I just sat drunk on the couch and I just played that over and over. The whole night I just played it. And like, you know, there's been a lot. The thing about Drake's music too is it's evolved too. So it feels like if you followed him from the beginning, you kind of grew up with him. I got the same feeling for Mac Miller in a way with his music, because I felt like Mac Miller kind of, you really watched the evolution with him where he started off as like this college frat kid type music, and then his music kind of went to like him being a druggie, and then it went to like a bit darker, And then at the end, it felt like he was really just kind of finding his sound, sadly, before he passed. But appreciate the 5, man. I agree that Drake's music do help a lot of people. 5 from Hey Hype. I'm on my Disney, Goofy Flow on records. I'm Captain Hook, and my car's damn. Where my roof just go? I'm somebody that you should know. What's up, man? Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. He is literally the soundtrack of your life? Yeah, I mean he is for a lot of people. A lot of people. The thing about Drake is, I feel like there's very few people who can't find something about his music that you like because he's just that versatile. Obviously, there's people that don't like him, but there's haters in whatever you do. But yo, we got an interesting thing to talk about right off rip, and this is first and foremost. I guess we'll talk very briefly about Drake's lawsuit with UMG, right, and what's been alleged. I don't need to beat this to death. I think the AI overview will kind of give us. So yeah, Drake alleged that UMG promoted Not Like Us, despite knowing the accusations were false. And he claimed that they basically boosted the whole thing, put a bunch of bots behind it. Another huge part of it, too, is whitelisting the record, which is something that labels didn't do before, to my knowledge. Like, apparently they didn't do it for Drake's records, but they did it for Kendrick. And obviously that incentivizes people to react and make money and spread, right? So that's another element to it, too. But anyways, what Lucian Grange is at kind of the, he's as high as it gets, not even with UMG, I would say within music, because UMG is the most powerful of the 3. I think they have the biggest market share by like a significant margin over Warner and Sony. So UMG is definitely the top dog. UMG and Lucian is the top dog. Really, he is the most powerful man in music. And he's not just Lucian, he's Sir Lucian. So he was like knighted or something like that. Very important and powerful person. Right? So basically what, when Drake was doing Discovery and what he alleged in the lawsuit was that Lucian was aware of all these things, right, that he's mentioning. And one of their responses was basically that UMG's defense team said, no, that's impossible because Lucian is so important and high up that he's not getting into the weeds with the diss tracks and stuff. So anyways, we did get something that completely contradicted that last night. And I got to give it to my boy, Diverse Mentality. A lot of you guys might know his channel. This is the guy that actually I used to watch years ago that I would watch and say, like, I would love to do what he does. This guy looks like he's living the dream. He was kind of the first one to really be doing like these amazing documentaries in hip hop, like with high quality. Like, and I'm sure a lot of you guys watch these, but like, if you look at how he did these, and mind you, this was 8 years ago.
I got on Twitter and
so he was definitely very, very, like, his presentation, the way he did things was so clean, and I became a huge fan of his, and he inspired me to start my channel, to be honest, and now he's my friend. So basically what he did is kind of pivoted from doing these videos, and now he's doing like more like DJ Vlad type style content where he's literally interviewing people like DJ Whoo Kid. And so he hit me up last night and he said, yo, I interviewed Whoo Kid and he mentioned that Lucian called him over the push-ups track. The full interview is not out yet. I told him, look, yo, I need that clip. Get me that clip. And that's exactly what he did. He sent me the clip and I posted it on Twitter and kind of broke it. And I'm going to play it for you guys. A lot of you guys have probably seen this clip already. But I found this really interesting, and I want to talk about why I think it's interesting and go over why I think Lucian could have been calling or what he was calling about. So this is Whoo Kid kind of talking about, the push-ups track.
I was gonna be like on a regular, like a hot record. I didn't know he was gonna use me, but then he, dropped it, give me 50. He did the whole G Unit, like the whole aura, the energy, and then he leaked it. And then I'm like, yo, why is like Lucien Grange calling my phone? Like that's when I was like, oh, whoa. Nah, no Illuminati is gonna be calling me. I don't know how they got my number. I was like, bro, I did not leak this shit. Yo, you on this?
So like Lucien basically, Drake does the drop, and like I could show you guys the drop. I think most of you guys know the drop, right? Whoo Kid's an absolute legend. Mixtapes, the whole works, right? 50 Cent's, I believe, his personal DJ at one point. But Push-Ups had that drop. You guys remember. First thing you play Push-Ups is the first thing you hear. So basically that track leaks. It leaks, right? And that you guys could probably remember because like if anyone was there during that moment, Academics was on stream. This popped up in like however it leaked, right? And then and everyone was trying to figure out, is it real? And then eventually Drake said, yeah, it is real. And he sent Academics live the full version. And that was the first time we heard the full version was on Academic stream. This is the original version we had here, which was a little bit different than the one that we got.
I could never be nobody #1 fan. Your first.
So it's like it's definitely, and it's not only is the quality different and like the samples are different, the instrumental is even a little bit different, but some of the bars he has on there is even different. But really what I want to talk about is the Whoo Kid thing, because that's the part. Wait, did he have Whoo Kid on this in the beginning?
Out. Fucking dumbass nigga.
Wait a minute. The first version had an AI robotic twang to his voice. Yeah, I don't know if he did that, but wait a minute. Was Whoo Kid even on the original? I didn't hear it yet. Oh, wait, 49,000 people are watching Ross in French Montana. That's quite a bit. It's definitely a lot more than 6,000. I saw something from Apple, but it looks like Complex is putting it off.
Look, I could never be nobody.
Wow, that's weird because I don't even hear Whoo Kid on this. Is he not on there? He wasn't even on there. So okay, so they're not talking about the leaked version then. They're talking about the version that got played on Academic stream is what they're talking about. So it wasn't the original one. It was the one that Ack played. Lucien heard it. Obviously, once it got on the Ack stream, people clipped it up and it started circulating. And I guess that's the one that Lucien called him about. But like, I want people to understand like how bizarre that is that Lucien Grange will be calling him, because like if you look at UMG as a entity, right? Like they own fucking everything, bro. Like they're massive. And like I think we could see their board of directors here. Like Lucien is on the board of directors for UMG. Let me see. Would it be it would probably be under investor really. Board and governance right here. So I think if you look down here, it will say board of directors, and you'll probably see Sir Lucien Grange right there. This guy's at the top level, and like I don't know if there's an online. Actually, the best way I could show you guys this is in my own video that I posted a while back, that breaks down how UMG kind of works, and I'll just show you guys really quick because I think it'll be a good overview of the whole thing, right? So I think it was this one here. So, all right, guys. So Swift. In fact, every year besides 2020, John Janik of Interscope has lost him. Okay, this is it here. The way things worked at UMG changes have been going on. They're restructuring a lot. Like these are not small changes. Historically, the way things worked at UMG was you had Lucien Grange running the show at the top. Then on the East Coast, we had Republic Records, Def Jam, and Island Records all of which had a bunch of smaller labels underneath them, but ultimately Republic was the big player, and that was ran by Monty and Avery Lippman. Then we got the West Coast labels. On the West, we had IGA, which is Interscope, Geffen, and A&M, and then we had Capitol Music Group, which all had smaller labels underneath them, but ultimately Interscope was the big player, ran by John Janik. And even though they fall under... So they made some changes to, like, that was the way it used to be, right? This was like kind of like the player, the whole org, for the main org of UMG. What they ended up doing was they took Republic, Def Jam, and Island, and they combined them all. And then for the LA side, the West Coast side, they combined Capitol, Geffen, AM, and Interscope into one thing. Ran by Jan Janik. This side is ran by Monty. Monty got that promotion. So basically, Drake is signed to Republic, right? So if you look at Republic, like Lucian is up here, but Drake is signed to Republic Records. And if you look at Republic Records, he is now, but I don't think he's going to be pretty soon. Can you see their management here? Let's see. Let me see. Yes. Our artists, our partners. Okay, we'll just go to the main thing. Basically, he reports to Monty and Avery, right? So if anything was going on with like a clearance issue or a sample or a leak or anything like that, first and foremost, it would never come from someone like Lucian because he is UMG. It would come from Republic. And it probably wouldn't come from Monty or anyone like that either because people, like there's lawyers who work for these companies. You know what I mean? There's lots of people that's going to make that call over Lucian. But yet, for whatever reason, he's the one that makes the call. And what makes this the most interesting is the fact that he lied in the lawsuit. His defense team lied, basically. They said that Lucian had no idea what was going on. He doesn't get into the weeds with the records. You know, he's completely hands-off with this stuff, which wasn't true. If this is true, what Whoo Kid is saying is it's not true.
Drop it, give me 50. He did the whole G unit, like the whole aura, the energy, and then he leaked it. And then I'm like, yo, why is like Lucian Grange calling my phone? Like that's when I was like, oh, whoa. Nah, no Illuminati is gonna be calling me. I don't know how they got my number. I was like, bro, I did not leak this shit.
Lucian probably doesn't even know who Whoo Kid is. Like, he's probably like, Whoo Kid? Who in the fuck is a Whoo Kid? Oh, it's a person? Well, get him on the telly. Be off with you. Get him on the telly. Go. And he's like, Whoo Kid, I'll do my own research. Whoo Kid. Oh, that Whoo Kid. I know him now. We own all of his music. We own his full catalog. Yeah.
Yo, you want this?
Crazy. Who in the fuck is a Whoo Kid? Lucian, yes, he's from the UK. He is from the UK. Yeah, there's nothing I like more than crumpets and catalogs. Crumpets and catalogs.
Yo, you go on, Kendrick.
You say he changed his name? Did he? Lucian didn't change his name. It's Sir Lucian. Right? Yeah, it's like, sir, a correction. We only own 95% of his catalog. Psh, hot coffee in the face. Go get the rest of it. Hold up. Let me see. 5 from Christian. Yo, Matt, I have missed it, but did you see the whole We Love Hip Hop stream where Drake allegedly texted Friday, or did I get that wrong? Yeah, no, that all happened. I talked to Friday. Friday said that ooh, called on my phone. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I talked to Friday. He really did. Drake was really trolling his co-host. His co-host claimed that his co-host is a bit of a Kendrick fan, right? DJ Natural. He's not like a Drake hater, but he's from Toronto. I think he favors Kendrick more than Drake a little bit, right? And I think he said something on the pod about Drake not being able to dress or something like that, right? And apparently Drake DM'd him and was like, yo, I'm going to knock your head off or something, right? And people were wondering, yo, is Drake serious about that? And then apparently while they were podding last, Drake started trolling him again. And he was just like having some fun with it, right? But yeah, he definitely did text Friday. Lawrence Tap, did Drake's camp tell you to take down 616 in LA? No. No, they didn't tell me. No one's ever asked me. No one's mentioned that breakdown to me. Let's see. Let me find out. Matt need to do cartoons too. Yeah, I got to do cartoons, right? Cheers from Washington. Lucian's kid is a dork. Lucian's kid, apparently. But, like, I found this really interesting. I started thinking, okay, so why would Lucian be calling Whoo Kid? Oh, Kid. Why would he be calling him, right? So I thought of two scenarios in my head for why. First off, it doesn't make sense. Like, regardless, it makes zero sense why he would. But either, like, the record leaked and maybe he didn't know that Drake was going on attack towards Kendrick. And because a rumor was, and I heard the same thing, right? I heard the same thing. I think DJ Head claimed that, Kendrick and Drake, they all got on a phone call at a particular point, more than likely with Lucian, and probably Monty and John and all those people were there, and they kind of talked about where this thing's going. They had a conversation, apparently. And if that's the case, I could kind of see why he might be called. That's one way I thought of it, right? The other way I thought of it was he was absolutely furious that one of the biggest moments to kick off the beef, which obviously he gets a huge bonus for and money for, leaks. He doesn't want that to leak. Not this. This is way too important. This is like a catastrophic bomb is about to hit. He knows how big it's going to be. We saw the Spotify billboards with hip-hop as a sport and like the big campaign they put together. They knew this was going to be something big, and it was. It was one of the biggest things that happened that year, period, right? So those are the only two scenarios that I could think of. Like, I'll see if I could find where DJ Head claimed that DJ Head claims Drake and Kendrick talked on the phone. Some detail from his call. Based on available DJ Head media person close has not explicitly claimed that Kendrick and Drake's, but he has provided inside details on it. I thought it was him that claimed that they spoke on the phone, because here's what I heard, right? What I heard was that they did speak on the phone, a meeting happened, and basically it was laid out that you're going to have 2 tracks each. 2 diss tracks, that's it. And apparently, after Family Matters and Beat the Grams, there wasn't supposed to be, that was it. And then apparently Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, and kind of no one was expecting that to happen. It kind of got dropped. It kind of went against what the meeting talked about, right? Now, like I said, I don't know this for sure. This is just what I heard. But there's been a few people have said that they did talk on the phone. So, let me see. 2 from Lager. He called to see how Drake knows about the Vegas thing. Look, I've talked about this Vegas thing before. I've had number of people tell me now from behind the scenes. I don't know why someone just don't come out and say it, because it seems like a lot of people, like professionals, whether it's A&Rs or producers. I had a comedian hit me who told me he performed in Vegas. That I looked it up too, and a comedian hit me. He performed in Vegas that weekend, same weekend as this incident between Whitney and Kendrick happened. So I've had there's no way this many people is telling me yeah, that did happen. They hit it. I heard about it that weekend. It 100% happened. and they hit it, right? So like that's all I could say about that. But if you go DJ Whoo Kid, Kendrick Lamar, Vegas, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this, right? Oh, this. Which I don't know if I showed you guys before. I had to grab this, man. I got this. This is an original like poster from that weekend. I'm holding on to this for safekeepings, you know? Maybe one day I might bust it out. We'll see. You see how folks keep trying to ignore it but want to talk. And that's the other thing too, right? When it comes to these allegations, I could be wrong. But did you ever hear anyone from TDE, whether it be Punch or Top Dog, or even any of the underlings, like the people like MacWop or T-Rel or any of these Smack or anyone that's affiliated with TDE, any of those people, did you ever hear any of them say that didn't happen? Did you ever hear any of them even talk about it? Did you ever hear anyone from TDE talk about those allegations? You never did. You never did. You know why? Because it happened. That's why. Because it happened. TMZ would have been found out. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. 5 from Cam. Drake drops a double album, one under Drake to end the contract and one under Aubrey, new label. The Zine said Iceman performed by Drake, performed by Aubrey. Yeah, I caught the same thing with the Zine. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think Drake is going with Gamma. I think, well, there are two scenarios. I think there's a 0% chance he re-signs with UMG. I don't think it's happening. I don't think Drake's going back with UMG. I think he's either going to Gamma with Larry Jackson, or they're working out some sort of deal within the Gamma infrastructure as his own thing. I think that's one possibility. Or I think he might just be in business with Tillman Fertitta. I think you're going to be seeing billionaire Tillman Fertitta and Drake a lot in the future. I really do believe that. I find this business, we know he's in business with them now, right? This dude got mad power. So whatever it is, I think episode 4 is really gonna spell it out by the end of the, once he fulfills his contract, it's up. It's pretty much up, right? I don't think he's going with Sony. I don't think he's going with Sony. I don't think he's going with Warner. And I don't think he's going with UMG. I'd be kind of shocked if he did. I'd be shocked. Dirt, that stream where you read the real meaning of all the episodes disappeared mid-watch. What was the purpose? Are you putting the full recap? No, so let me tell you guys exactly what happened with that. Because I got really, really mad about that. So basically, this company reached out to me, and they are, what was the company? Nazar Jewelry. Nazar Jewelry. I unfollowed them after this, to be honest. Nazir Jewelry, right? So these guys came with this briefcase, right? And they start sharing it with them. They're tagging Drake with this briefcase. Everyone's led to believe that this is a real thing. Inside it says designed exclusively for Drake. It's got room for a USB and a hard drive, right? This makes people go nuts. They really think that Drake commissioned them to make this case. It looks legit. He's tagged in it, right? So what these guys do, this jewelry company, is they basically let those narratives fly amongst the community, who eventually link it back to Plot Twist that Drake, oh wow, Drake had a hard drive on Plot Twist. People really thought this was part of the rollout. Turns out these guys never spoke to Drake. He never commissioned his case. They have no idea who Drake is, but they were able to convince me, and I bought it because everyone else did too. Everyone else thought this was legit. I thought this was part of the rollout. And then they send me these theories that we went over on the stream, and they looked really good. And I agree, some of their theories were great, but some of them were crazy out there. And basically, I was led to believe that this was like the real breakdown and what Drake wanted us to know. And it turned out that they never spoke to Drake in their lives. They're just fans looking for some promo. So I pulled the stream immediately. And it was my bad. So this is one of the things here, right? These guys are just fans trying to capitalize on the moment, right? 5 from Bryce Blackwell. Once I saw K-Dot with Jay-Z, I knew something was up, especially with the Drake K-Dot beef. And the spider web against the boy is crazy. Shakes my head. The plan was sick. Yeah, so I agree. But yeah, guys, like I think he's doing one. I would highly doubt, and you could clip this, and I'm banking on the fact he's not going with a major. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think he's going to do that. By the way, I'll also show you a little bit of news because we got an amazing giveaway happening for episode 4. I hope you guys are all going to join me and my guy Friday from We Love Hip Hop. We're linking up as a Canadian ting. He's a Toronto man's. So we're linking up for this stream. Team Canada, you know. And basically we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff. So first and foremost, we got, I got this really dope canvas from my very talented friend, AK Got Art. So this is going to be out for grabs. You guys could win this, right? There's going to be prizes that are free. So basically, all the prizes are free. But there's going to be prizes where just by you chatting and being in the chat, you'll be eligible to win just by you being there. There's going to be some prizes that you'll have to give a dono, like a super chat. It could be 99 cents. It doesn't matter. Any super chat you put in will get you eligible for like other prizes, right? But I still want to have free like prizes for everyone, anyone who's participating too. So this is one of the things up for grabs right here. But it gets a lot better. So there's also this.
The niggas that bad me gon' bad me forever.
This is a handmade Drake like figurine, I guess you could call it, right? It's really dope. I wouldn't mind having one of these for myself.
Be Kobe, but y'all niggas brokey. That's probably why y'all be shacking together. Capo and Leader got habits together like couples vacation. They packing together like rushing to finish. They'll slap it together. The charge is like COVID. They'll catch it together. They hate me so much it's a sickening thing.
So that is really dope. That's gonna be up. That's gonna be up for grabs, right? And then the other things that are gonna be up for grabs. Here's another video that Friday made here. I thought this was really fire. So, and then the biggest news was I was able to make contact with some pretty heavy hitters over in OVO. I won't say no names, but we're being sent a bunch of Nocta shit and a bunch of OVO stuff. So we're teaming up with Nocta and OVO for this stream. And basically the way it's going to work is that they're not sending the stuff. We're going to actually meet with them here, and we're going to pick the things, like the things we're giving away. So if you go on Nocta Nike right now, I think they're giving us a good amount. Honestly, I think they're giving us some really, really dope stuff. And if we go here, shop the stock, obviously there's so much, like, yo, I'm kind of jealous. I kind of want some for myself, but like, this is more about the community than anything. Like, you know, this is a special moment for Drake and Drake fans. So I'm hoping like we're gonna find out exactly which items are up for grabs. Like maybe one of these jackets will be in here. These jackets are $400, right? Like maybe one of the, you know, like what, like I'm sure someone would like this jacket. I know I would. So we're gonna have it. We'll let you guys know what's up for grabs, and then the way it'll work is you'll win. And then I'll make contact with you after. You give me your size, your address, and then we ship it directly to you. So it's going to be both Nocta. It's going to be also OVO is throwing a bunch of stuff in. So some direct stuff from OVO is going to be in the giveaway, right? There's also a custom Iceman sweater that's dropping with, I think it's dropping with the album, is a custom Iceman sweater. It's an exclusive Iceman sweater, and I don't know how many of them. It's going to be pretty limited, and they're throwing one of those in too. They're throwing in one of those too. I haven't seen what it looks like yet, but, you know, so that's pretty exciting that we got not only, you know, the cool figurine, and also we got Iceman Toronto. Iceman Toronto is throwing in some of the Iceman stuff too for us, right? So we accept all. So we're getting some custom pieces from these guys as well. It's going to be up for grabs in the stream. So basically what we'll do is we're going to watch, you know, we'll probably start the stream about probably 2 hours or at least an hour and a half before, because I think the best thing to do before episode 4 is just like to get hyped and watch the episodes and talk about it, talk about our expectations, listen to some Drake music, get ready. And then once the episode starts, I'm shutting my mouth. Like, I'll just be in the corner and we're going to watch it together. And then after, we'll talk about it. Then we'll do the giveaway, or maybe we'll go right into the album if the album leaks. What I'm expecting from the stream is we will get Drake music, like the official Drake music that's going to be on the album is going to be in episode 4. I'm assuming, I'm pretty confident that at least 2 or 3 tracks from Iceman will be in this little film they're playing. I believe it's probably going to be maybe an hour, hour and a half. It might even be 2 hours. Like, so what I've been hearing is, you know, a lot of the other episodes, he started them at 9 p.m. Eastern. But what I believe is he'll probably start a little bit later, because I think he wants to roll it right into the album. We probably will do it on Kick. We won't do the episode 4 on Kick. We'll do the episode 4 on YouTube. But then we'll probably end up moving it to Kick for the Iceman stream. Probably. We might need to, right? Shout out to Peas in the chat. Stream gonna be big. Yeah, I think the stream, like, you know, one of the things I wanted to do was, and you know, vinyls aren't off the table either. If Drake drops vinyls and stuff like that of Iceman, we're definitely gonna have vinyls up for grabs in the giveaway. But yeah, like, I thought this was really dope. Obviously, you know, we got myself, Friday, Nocta, and OVO. And maybe one day I'll tell you how I got this connect, but right now I'll just leave it at, one day I'll tell you where this came from. All right? One day I will say who gave me these items, but we'll leave it at that for now. All right? I hope you guys are excited though, man. I hope you guys are excited. For real. Let me see. I want an Iceman hoodie, dog. Yeah, me too. I actually got a t-shirt from Iceman, but hopefully, bro, all you got to do, like that $1.99, you just donate it then. That would be an entry into the giveaway for like the Nocta, and like even I might even take a Nocta thing too. And like for people who don't donate, as long as you're in the chat showing love, dropping ice cubes, whatever, like you're gonna, just you being in the chat, you're gonna be able to win some stuff too. Right? So don't think you got to donate, right? Just you being here is the main thing. Let me see. Lawsuits, $2 from Ravito. Lawsuits were used to clear. What is he gonna say? I'm not quite following what you mean. Lawsuits were used to clear. What's he gonna say? I'm not really following what you meant, bro, but thank you for the 2. Shout out to Wave Poppy and Oswaldo for the subscriptions. $5 from Menti. Crazy reach, but what if this beef was planned all along and everyone got together to plan this in order to cut the grass? Man, listen, I don't know. I don't know, bro, like what happened, but I do think in episode 4 we're going to figure out more. Oh, you want the hoodie that's from episode 1. Well, they do have them. I think Iceman in Toronto does have, like, if you want that exact one. Because, look, there's a lot of the bootlegs out there. There's once Drake wore that Iceman hoodie with that logo on it people ripped it like crazy. And I talked to Iceman, and like, you know, I help kind of spread the fact that this is the real authentic one. Like, these are the people that are from Toronto. So if you're buying something that got Iceman on it, outside of buying it from Drake, you should definitely get it from these guys. So like this Carhartt, here's a hoodie here. This is what Drake wears. I'm pretty sure Drake wears the jacket. Now it's oh, it's sold out. Ah, it's sold out. So what Iceman told me, in fact, they actually gave me some pictures of what they're giving me. I think I posted it on IG. Let me show you. So what they gave me is actually some custom pieces. Let me show you. Let's see here. I'll show you the pieces they gave me. DMs are looking crazy right now, man. People are going crazy over Iceman right now. Like, my DMs are kind of fucked. I'm not going to lie. It's impossible to talk to everyone, you know, but like, I appreciate anyone that's showing love. Let me see here. Iceman Toronto. Here we go. So the ones that, okay, here's the pieces so these are one of a kind. I'm going to save this and then I'm going to import it to my computer. Okay, 1 second. This one and this one. One is a vest. One is a vest that they're giving us. So, okay. 1 sec. I want to show you guys these. These are pretty dope. These are like one of a kind Iceman pieces that you're not gonna be able to get anywhere else. Cause like I think there were samples for them, right? Let's see. Airdropped. Okay, so what we got is we got this one. So they're giving me this here. I think it's an extra large. That's the problem because there's only one of them, but you could see that it's a vest, which is pretty dope. It's a Carhartt vest. So that's one. And then the other one they're giving me is like, it's like a jacket. It's an Iceman. Like, it don't have the hood, you know? It's like a jacket, Iceman Carhartt jacket. It's fire. I would like to have this for myself, honestly. Like, it's tough to get these things and not want to keep them for myself. Like, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, if you wanted to get, it looks like they're sold out of everything. So, congrats, bro. Gonna be a moment. Yeah, thank you, bro. I feel like, you know, my channel went through a moment during the beef. It had like a crazy moment, and then like it had a lull, and then it was like some dark times, and there were some times, you know, where I really genuinely wanted to quit, and I'm glad I kept going. But you know, just kept doing content, and now it feels like the channel's like having a little moment again. So I'm thankful for anyone that stuck with the content, and like me, you know, I'm not perfect, but you know, I got my flaws, but I appreciate you sticking through it. $2 from Tire Tex. I took PTO for this album. I don't give a fuck. PTO, personal time off. I can't blame you, bro. I mean, if it's dropping on Thursday and you got Friday, like, you're going to want to have a few drinks maybe or whatever. Like, it's a late night. Like, you don't want to be at work all fucked up the next day. Like, yeah, I would take PTO as well. Because, like, look, man, we've been waiting for this forever. We've been waiting, like, like how many times, man, did we say, like, oh, it's coming next month. He's dropping something next month. Like, the last time he dropped something, bro, was when? 8 months ago? Episode 3 was the last thing that he dropped. 5 months. Oh, no. 8 months ago. 8 months ago was the last piece of new music or anything that we got from Drake. He just went completely quiet. Right? You're going on vacation for this? Yo, Jav, with the 499, thank you. Yo, Dirt, Drake posted conductor chords. Same colors as the years ago. What do you think about the audio board he just posted with the same colors? So I got a theory on that, but I'm going to save it for my breakdown. And by the way, the breakdown, like, you know, the breakdown is going to go out 100%. I need to get it out, right? I got to get it out. The breakdown is going to be out before episode 4, right? I think it'll be a good primer. I think it'll be a good thing before the episode to watch. And to my knowledge, I don't think Drake is dropping anything until episode 4. So a lot of people claim they thought he was dropping a single tonight. I don't think that's true, because as we talked about, he claimed he was sick and tired of those rollouts where you drop a single, a video, and stuff like that. So we're not getting anything from Drake, I don't think, any new music or anything until episode 4. And that's like the big movie night. That's when it all happens. Now, will you hear something next week? Maybe he does something little in Toronto or something. Maybe. But I don't think he's going to do anything that's, you know, crazy at all. Are we going to Delilah with all of our eyes? Shout out to DT Raleigh. Talked to you early in the DM, right? I'll be listening to episode 4 and the album through your stream. Appreciate that, bro. What's the breakdown ETA? Fuck, bro. It's getting close. I haven't started recording yet. I'm still researching and like scripting, but it's getting close. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't have mind him dropping a feature on a French Montana track so he can wipe Ross at the Verzuz. What's going on with the Verzuz anyway? Like, Ross is gonna completely destroy him, bro. It's not even close. People gotta stop playing with Ross. Ross is a beast, bro.
LA.
Yeah.
And I
Favorite paper tag. Therefore, G4's at the Clearport. When it come to two.
How many fucking Drake records did they do, though? That's what's funny.
What you say?
French got some joints, though. He does.
In the cup. You better tell him again. I got a chopper in the cup. You better tell him again. I got a chopper in the cup. Let that motherfucker go.
Okay, so he did that. Let's see what else.
That was rough. I like that one. That felt good right there. Wingstop, fat boy, nigga, 10 piece. Say a nigga name in the car start. Nigga switching lane to lane like Walmart. Switch from Bordeaux, I'm Bordeaux. Has a light splash on the Bordeaux. Switch the pin zone for the end zone. Back to the pin zone for the end zone. Switch my old bitch for my new bitch. Cause my new bitch sounds like an info. But the game wrong when I came in. Getting money ever since I came in. You couldn't stop me if you tried. Motherfucker, cause the devil is alive. Big guns, big whips. Rich nigga talking big shit. Double cup, double
Man, look.
wrist. Double up.
Ross is not, like, Ross's catalog is pretty far, chat, honestly. He got some fucking hits. Like, he's got at least 20 that are crazy for a Verzuz. I don't think there's any way French Montana is holding weight. I saw some debates that Ross and Kendrick, like, someone said that Ross would beat Kendrick. I agree. Like, in a Verzuz where it's about like yo, the Verzuz is really, when you think about hip hop and like where it came from, where it was like DJs battling and like obviously MCs came into it, and it was more about who could rock the party, like ba da da ba da 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 diggy, and then the next guy will get up and be like, yo, like just rocking the party. That's kind of what this is. Like, this Verzuz format, it is like hip hop at its core, really. It's who, you know, you're in front of a live audience. Sometimes you got a DJ behind you, you know, and it's all about crowd reaction and who could do the best show. So it's exactly the way hip hop was when it, like, at its in its infancy, really. Too bad he didn't bring Hove out. That would be crazy if he brought Jay-Z out.
Opposition want me dead or alive. Motherfucker, but the devil is alive. The devil is alive. Bitch, I'm the truth.
And it's the only
Okay, so like that would have been crazy if he brought Hove out.
hit that came out the East Coast this year. Ladies!
Oh yeah, he got Max B out. This is actually a pretty big record. My girl's been playing this a bit. My girl's been playing this again, right?
One night, I went deaf on the bitch. Yes, my yes, I fiesta. Drop
I feel like French Montana got a pretty cool voice, honestly.
top G-Wags, we'll do Teslas. Don't pay for the bag, I pay semesters. I turn dream girls to my new extras. Yes, niggas.
But like that's a new joint. Okay, let's see. That can't compete with what Ross just played at all. Let's see. Like, why didn't Meek pop out? I guess Meek is not on MMG anymore, right?
I got what you need.
Big record too, but like, I mean, I feel like French on the hook on this really made it too. Like, and Remy smashed this too. She like said fresh out. She was fresh out of prison, and they just gave her this banger. Like she just huge look for her, like fresh out.
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way.
Okay, I think Fat Joe's got to come out. Let's see.
Hands up.
I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Holiday season.
Coke boy, baby. Come on, man. Baby.
Okay, no Fat Joe. I'm wondering who the guests are, man. Ah, here we got Drizzy. We got our first Drizzy.
Well, all the independent women, put your hands up. Why the independent women, put your hands up. Say go, Rose, go, Rose, go.
According to the music, this is how we do it. All night.
What?
Reason down the freeway. Just me and my baby.
Sing it, babe.
In our ride.
What?
Just me and my boss. Don't worry.
Well, wait a minute, what's the name of the song?
It's more
Such a banger, bro.
to music.
You know what to do.
Oh, he didn't even play to Drake. They booed him a few seconds before that, did they? So he just cut it down, like they just took Drake out of it. Why? Like, because didn't he just literally claim in an interview that it doesn't matter? Like his old records, he's still gonna play when he censors it. Like, bro, that helped make that record what it is. But here goes nothing. Anyways, what else we got?
Girl records too. We got girl records too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. These girls ain't love ya. Yeah. What's the rock in the system? Ain't no telling, will I fuck them, will I diss them? That's what they be yelling, I'm pimp by blood. Now relation, I don't check them, I replay them. LV's, Hermes, Dolce. My hoes ain't loyal, man, they rotate. Scooby's in the game, they know my duty. No, they ain't no loaded shoes, riding that hoe.
As a cheat code.
Sex all night, couple shots up. Bumble. Crib on the water, got the broad up the block.
Another Drake record, bro. Another Drake record.
Nigga, money ain't a thing, shorty. Welcome to the mall. Yeah. Nice.
Let's see if he'll play Drake this part.
Pineapple, dog, and diamonds by the job. Bitch so bad, got me with shit like a scene. A uniform is a boomerang when you on the team. Double MG the mother.
Yeah, what was up with that last shit that French pulled? That wasn't even his record, right? I mean, they do features sometimes, but yeah, like that's what I'm saying, man. I don't think French got enough to put together a Verzuz like.
The niggas fell off. Baby girl, I just wanna see you well off. A rich nigga wanna see you well off. A real boss wanna see you well off. Rose wanna see you well off. I said well off. I meant well off.
I don't know if you're looking too well off there, bro. You look like you're about to fucking faint.
Smiling, she do it with the sex. What? Pop bottles, make love. Thug passion. Red bottoms, Montclair. High fashion. Belt buckles, door handles. Gold plated. Make that music.
What else we got? Let's just dump through this for a second. I'm just curious to see what they played.
Chain money. Fuck. I'm roll running. Catch up with. Hold on, Holiday. I rock jewels like my in the 18. I'm out of space. Can't you see I am an alien? My wrist.
He's playing quite a few Hovas too, you know, like fuck with me, you know I got it. And this is also not his record. I'm pretty sure that's off of Magna Carta, right? I'm pretty sure it's on it. Yeah, fuck with me, you know I got it. So they're like they do features and shit too, right? You say how would French lost? I knew I could have told you that, man. Like there's no way. I feel like Rick Ross got like he's got a really strong catalog. You know what would be a decent? I was gonna say Pusha T, but no, Rick Ross would probably wipe down Pusha T pretty easy too. Who would be a good competitor for Rick Ross? Maybe I think Rick Ross and Jeezy would be pretty dope. Like I think Jeezy would win, but I think that would be a pretty good. And plus they had a thing too, right? Where Ross and Jeezy would be crazy. Rick Ross versus Jeezy. I'm sure someone probably did a whole thing on it. Remember when they got in a fight? They had a. I think Ross and Jeezy would be a pretty dope battle, honestly. You say Ross. Who do you think will be good for Ross? Ross versus Meek? That would be all right. You say French won? Nah, there's no way, bro. There's no way French won. Ross versus Luda? No, Ludacris got way too many hits, bro. Like, people don't realize how much hits Luda got. And if Luda wants to do features, man, like, I don't think Jeezy or Ross could beat Ludacris in a battle. I don't think either one of them could. Ross versus T.I. would be good. I do think Ross and Jeezy will be a really good battle, honestly. Ross and Game? Nah, I think Game got that. I think it'll be pretty good though. It'd be pretty decent. Drake and Ross would be embarrassing. Yeah, no, that would never work. Let me see here. Couple super chats. Multi M Dirt. Check the community real quick. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, so I'll probably watch this Verzuz later on my own time, right? But Drake one of very few that the consumer want music from. No Life Shack. How come it only got 87 likes on it? Why is it only... Oh. Hip-hop has been more about drama than music for a while now. If you don't have some negativity around you, people not listening. I agree with that. Fully, to be honest. Yeah. Basically, that's true. I think it's been like that for a minute, but I think the battle made it way worse. Whose fault is it, you think? Take a look at yourself. I don't think Screwface... not Screwface. I don't think No Life Shack was really that salacious in the battle between Kendrick and Drake, was he? Like, he might have said that he thought Kendrick won, but I don't think he was like... He didn't act like the other guys. Like, I don't think Drake fans should be really mad when someone like I think a media personalities or a reactor is allowed to say, like, in my opinion, Kendrick won without getting butthurt over it, right? And saying that he's compromised. Although No Life Shaq was the one who broke that Interscope. He was talking to them behind the scenes and they like whitelisted the record. I remember that. But I don't think that No Life Shaq was like a salacious person in the battle, to my knowledge. You say he wasn't bad? No, like he might have said Kendrick won or whatever, but that's his opinion, right? But let me check the community very quickly here. Communities, and by the way, I always tell people if you want me to review something in particular, you could always drop it into the What's the Dirt community on Twitter, and I'll take a look at whatever you want. So let me see here. Let me refresh it because it gets kind of weird. What we got in the community? Hey, Dirt. 1 hour ago. Hey, Dirt. Speaking of leaks and insiders, who do you personally believe when it comes to anything Iceman related? Seeing what went down on the Lil Baby feature with Inside Hub and We Love Hip Hop. So there's only a couple of people that I really, really consider to be like ultimately. There's only two people really that I think is like credible, really credible, like because I know they both talk to Drake, and that is Maul and Academics. Those two people I would put at the top of inside info because they've got a rapport with Drake and they talk to him, right? Next down from that, I would say Certified Jarrett is pretty credible, I think. He might have got a couple things wrong here and there, but I think for the most part, he's pretty on the pulse with the info. So he's another one. Insider Hub, bro, like he's hit or miss, but I've been seeing he kind of recycles other people's inside information too. So I know he's been right about some things. So I wouldn't write him off entirely, but So yeah, I would put Ak and Maul at the top for sure. And with respect to me, I stopped doing the inside thing. So I don't really disclose anything that I hear anymore, really, because what's the point? Because then when you're wrong, you look like an idiot, right? So what's the point? Rye B, when a diss track you produce for Drake leaks to the internet, this is Lucian. Yeah, no doubt, eh? Drake reveals he will be attending Aiden Ross' Brandris event in Las Vegas on May 23rd after the release of Iceman. That's dope. That's dope. That's a huge thing for Aiden. I mean, do you know why he's going, though? Do you guys know that Johnny Manziel is fighting Bob Menery? Johnny Manziel, Bob Menery. I think they're fighting. If you know who Bob Menery is, yeah, Johnny Manziel to fight Bob Menery in a boxing match at UFC Apex. The Heisman Trophy winner, former Cleveland Browns, will fight social media star Bob Menery on YouTube. Announced on Instagram. I mean, look, I think so this is the main event. This is the main event right here. It's going to be, I'm assuming, is this the main event? Event 14. Main event announcement. Yeah, it's going to be Manziel versus Menery. I think Manziel destroys Bob Menery. I think Manziel's in better shape than Bob Menery. I don't know if you guys know who Bob Menery is. He's pretty funny. He was kind of clicked up with Nelk and those guys, right? The Full Send podcast and all that. I think they kicked him off, but shout out to Aiden, man. He's doing his thing with this brand risk. Like he seems to be up in the ante each time with these fights. I could tell you right now, this fight is probably going to be terrible. The other guy, Bob Menery, is this guy. What happened with him? He started off doing these voiceovers. That's how he got famous. Like you probably heard his voiceovers before. So what he started doing when he was broke, he was living in his car. He started doing these voiceovers for sports.
And Notre Dame has been driving here, Peter. Shotgun, quarterback is looking. He's got nowhere and throws it away left side. Yikes! Yikes, yikes. Cheerleader just got a free nose job. Look. Look at this. He throws it away. She's not expecting it, and she gets fucking sniped.
So he started doing things like that, and that's how he blew up. Eventually, I think he ended up on Barstool. At one point. He was working for Barstool for, I don't know if he's working for him, but he was kind of in that realm. Then he was on the Full Send podcast for a while. He kind of started the podcast with them.
Bob Menery is absolutely delusional, and I'm getting nothing.
We did tremendous work for you.
But you're making
That's Bob. That's
a ton of money. You stopped showing up, and then you just blasted me on social media. There's not one thing.
That's Bob. And then obviously it's interesting because I think Johnny Manziel and Bob Menery are both kind of nuts. Like, I think they both had their share of drug problems, alcohol problems, mental problems. Like Johnny Manziel, I know he's bipolar. I think Bob probably is too. So it's going to be interesting to see two of them fight. I'm expecting not a good fight though. Whenever you get two people that more than likely never boxed in their life or like have limited boxing experience, you can expect a really shitty event, like a really shitty fight. So it is what it is. $2 from Keezy Key for the merch. Nice work you do, by the way. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to be dropping a What's the Dirt Iceman comics too, right? So that's coming. $5 from Jake. What do you think about the Whoo Kid flip on the Nokia? Who's calling my phone? Who? I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Like, let me look. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I think that track is more layered than that. I think it's more to do with something else than just Whoo Kid, maybe.
Who's calling that shit? Who?
It could be that, though. Who? No, I think it's something more layered. Like, I think this record's got... I think one of these days we'll figure out what the hidden meaning behind this record is. I know there's something in there. I know there's something in there somewhere. I'm not mad at someone who with this theory though, because it's pretty compelling, given the new news we got. Right, shout out to B Falcon on Kick for the follow. I don't even think I'm on Kick right now, but appreciate you. Quick synopsis from Menti with the vibe. Ross declined to play Drake Verzuz. French played some. Scared and played halves. Whole versus carried by Drake. Ross shows bling finger. Yeah, I mean, I think Ross probably heard the feedback from people, and people are saying like, you know, I saw a lot of that on the timeline, right? Like, oh, French Montana versus Ross is just going to be like, who's got the better Drake features? Like, who's got the better Drake track? So I think Ross gets tired of maybe seeing that, and he responded by not including it at all. But clearly, I mean, Ross is making a statement that he don't fuck with Drake. Right? So it's interesting. Multi-amp, go to DMs. I sent you a Drake record, Dirt, double street. Okay. DMs on Twitter or Instagram, my friend? Probably Twitter, right? Let's go to Twitter. We'll go to here. I don't want to leak my DMs because I've gotten better at not doing that. Okay, double ST. Let's see what he got. So what do you got here? Okay. Let's see. Your thing is just loading here. First one is real from... Okay, let me see. What is this? Okay, let's see. Let's play his... Let me download it. I see a lot of people in the chat saying it's AI. Some people say it's old. It sounds pretty dope. It said this is a bop. It sounds old, though. It sounds dope. It's not AI. Someone said, can you give me a job, Dirt, to keep the bullshit out? I'll do it for free. What do you mean by that? Like, do you mean make you like a whatchamacallit? What is it called again? A moderator. Is that what you meant? Or do you mean like help me in another way? Because you could DM me. Yo, Dirt, check the tower. No lights for May 14th. What? No, we checked it last night and it was red, right? CN Tower. Toronto light schedule. Lighting schedule. May borderline personality disorder awareness month. Okay. May 7th. I support that. May 8th, it's going to be maroon and light blue. Then it's going to be teal. International Thalesma Day is red. Megan's Hug. Mother's Day tonight. It's going to be rainbow. Purple, blue and light blue. Multiple chemical sensitivities awareness day. I mean, like, I guess they really had to pull out all stops if they got to have second harvest truck pull. Like, eventually they're just like, anything, like, guys, like, look, we got to fill this day. Like, what's a thing? Second harvest truck pull. Okay, we'll make it green. But yeah, oh, May 14th is removed. They took May 14th out of it altogether, bro. It's gone. Is that common? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Okay. That is not a common thing because just look. Oh, no. Okay, 27th to the 30th. In between 28, 29 is not shown either. But I could have sworn yesterday when we looked at 14, it was red. The 15th, it's red. So the night the album drops at midnight, I'm assuming it turns red, right? But I thought it was the 14th yesterday. Am I tripping? Clearly not AI. What does it say? It's booked. It means it's booked, does it? Expect something on the tower, episode 4. Yeah. I think there's supposed to be something like projected on the tower. They will be live from the CN Tower. Dirt, have you seen the color inversion theory? Drake color clone slide on episode 2. No, I haven't seen that. 14th it was yellow. Was it yellow? Shout out to Minuteman. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Let me see what else we got. Okay. Shady Savage with the 5. Yo, Matt, can you react to Ram Radio's breakdown? Who is that? Is he on YouTube? Oh, I've seen that guy. Actually, yeah, I've seen that guy. Where Riam Radios. I think he's not. I think he's a TikTok guy, right? Riam Rahim. It's Rahim, right? It's Rahim. Am I saying it wrong? I think it's Rahim. This guy, right? Yeah, I followed this dude. I seen what he was doing. Which one are you talking? Okay, so looks like he's got a new one right here. Let's see.
I bet you didn't catch some of the Easter eggs in Drake's Iceman episode 4 announcement. That's right, Drake announced that the Iceman episode 4 live stream is going to be dropping just a couple of hours before the Iceman album drops at midnight of May 15th. I've got the red and white shirt here to get in theme, but before we get into the Easter eggs, I've got a giveaway to announce. Next Thursday, May 14th, I'm going to be doing my first ever live stream on Twitch, where in the hours leading up to the Iceman release, we're going to watch episode 4 of Iceman and listen to the album live on stream. In addition, I'm going to be giving away this Party Next Door and Drake album.
Yo, this guy's jacking my sauce. Nah, I appreciate it. Look, I'm wearing red and white too. Let's go.
Where I hope
Let's go, man. More the merrier.
One of you lucky winners are going to win. There's only one step to this giveaway. Just head to Instagram and follow Riam Radio. It's the exact same username as my TikTok channel here. I'll announce further details.
Let me follow him on IG. Hold up. Let me follow this dude. Riam Radio. I'll follow him. Let's see. There we go. Oh, wait. Let me go back to his video. I want to see what he's saying. Let me see.
I bet you didn't catch some of the Easter eggs in Drake's Iceman episode 4 announcement. That's right, Drake announcing the May 15th Iceman release date. He headed to Instagram to recap his 3 Iceman episodes. but effectively did a countdown to announce episode 4 by posting 3, 2, 1, and then the Iceman episode 4. Now before we get to the Iceman episode 4 picture he posted on Instagram, there's a couple things to note about the 3, 2, 1 post that he put. Now we're going to go in chronological order of the Iceman episodes, starting with episode 1 that was released on July 4th of last year. Drake recaps in a bunch of pictures what the Iceman episode 1 livestream was like. He started episode 1 by previewing and releasing the song What Did I Miss on streaming platforms, but also converting into a live stream where he drove an Iceman truck around Toronto and started engaging with fans that realized he was doing a rollout. And while there wasn't many secrets left in episode 1, episode 2 that he released a couple weeks later is when things got ominous. Now a week after What Did I Miss release, Drake headed to London to perform in the Wireless Festival where he did all 3 days of the headline set. He previewed a song called Which One with Central C on July the 11th, and while he was supposed to release it the following week on July the 18th, he ultimately decided to push it out a week because of Jim Legacy's album drop. This led to him hosting Iceman episode 2 as a live stream in Manchester of England, where he previewed the song Which One once again with Central C, and then once again released it on streaming platforms. But in episode 2, we started to get a recurring Pinocchio theme, which seemed like a euphemism for some of the people that Drake had issues with at the time. But if that was all the foreshadowing we were going to get from Drake, he ended the episode by heading into an elevator and previewing a beat that went absolutely crazy over social media.
Yeah.
This song was revealed to be an unreleased track called National Treasure, which featured one of Drake's fellow Toronto artist Presser, who was part of the Wasp gang and has pretty close ties with Drake. Now National Treasure ended up leaking online shortly afterwards, and when fans heard the full version, they noticed that there was a diss to former Toronto Raptors player DeMar DeRozan, a former affiliate of Drake as well. We're going to come back to some of the lyrics that we heard on National Treasure in a second, but for the meantime, we're going to look at what the episode 3 Iceman slides look like. Now Iceman episode 3 was a little bit different to episodes 1 and 2. Episodes 1 and 2 previewed the 2 songs Which One and What Did I Miss, as well as a few instrumentals that could be part of the Iceman rollout. But episode 3 played a bunch of different songs that Drake either had unreleased or planned to release, including the song Doghouse with Yeat and Julia Wolf. But 2 things to note about episode 3 is that unlike the last episode, this time Pinocchio was actually chasing Drake throughout the streets of Milan. And throughout this episode, Drake was carrying a backpack with some unknown items inside. Eventually, Drake and his backpack found themselves in an empty...
No, Pinocchio didn't chase him.
Pinocchio was actually chasing...
He didn't chase him, I don't think. Did Pinocchio chase him? I don't think he chased him, though. Well, I guess at the end they did follow him. Yeah, like the 3 of them kind of gang up on him. Like after the... Yeah, I guess you could say he did chase him. Yeah, I guess at the end they did kind of follow him, right?
Drake throughout the streets of Milan. And throughout this episode, Drake was carrying a backpack with some unknown items inside. Eventually, Drake and his backpack found themselves in an empty theater, with an empty chair sitting right in front of him. After he had sat in the empty chair for a little bit, he noticed that a bunch of people came to come and watch him and the person that was about to sit in this empty chair. The person that came and sat in the empty chair in front of him appeared to ask him for the backpack, and with Drake hesitating to give him the backpack, he decided to leave and go about his journey, with Pinocchio still following him. Fans were disappointed to see that the episode 3 livestream ended without Drake playing the National Treasure song that had showed up in episode 2. But with this episode airing on September the 5th of 2025, Drake made us wait almost 9 months to figure out why
Nah, didn't National Treasure leak? It leaked before the episode or like shortly after, right? That was the problem. And I know they were pissed off about that. I talked to a few people. It wasn't supposed to leak. It wasn't supposed to leak, but those crypto kids leaked it. Basically, someone had it and was like, yo, I got this record. We can preview it. We can pump the coin and then we'll dump it, right? So whoever had that track, they got a shit ton of those tokens. They gave them like probably, okay, we'll give you 50,000 tokens. And then we're going to preview it, get a bunch of clout. If that person had 50,000 tokens and it went from 10 cents up to $5, they just made a lot of money, right? So that's what happened there. But I thought that's why National Treasure never... Was it after or before? It leaked after, was it? Okay. I got you. I feel like it wasn't long after, but yeah.
Exactly, he sat in this theater.
I think the reason why, though, I think they wanted to hold on to National Treasure. I think they really wanted to hold on to it.
And didn't preview the National Treasure song again. In the episode 3 slide that he put as part of his countdown for episode 4, he did include this picture of him in the theater, a picture of him with the backpack, and a picture of Pinocchio in the ice machine. But in the final picture of this dump, he also included a flag that said National Treasures on it. Now this picture was seen in the Iceman magazine that came out a few weeks ago, but this time Drake put 2 extra flags on there. And the 2 fresh flags on the National Treasures flag says Teatro Girolamo and Via Mozart, 2 museums in Italy where he visited for episode 3, but are ultimately...
Nah. Teatro Girolamo is the exact place he's in right here. It's not a museum, it's a theater. I don't know what this place is, I didn't look it up, but...
2 National Treasures on it.
This place with all these people in it, this is Teatro Girolamo or whatever.
2 museums in Italy where he visited for episode 3, but are ultimately national treasures. But here's the interesting part. Teatro Girolamo, or the Girolamo Theatre, is the theatre that Drake was sitting in whenever he was facing...
Okay, there we go.
...this empty chair. Now, I did a little bit of research, and this entire theatre is themed off of an Italian puppet called Girolamo, who appears to be a national treasure in Italy. People used to show up to this theatre before 1987 and watch a puppeteer control Girolamo and put on different shows. And this appears to be going back into the theme of Drake talking about puppets, similar to his Pinocchio storyline. So why after 9 months did Drake finally use this to acknowledge that National Treasures does exist and the fans are still waiting for something that they wanted? Well, yesterday morning, a few hours before the Iceman episode 4 announcement came out, fans noticed that Drake might be shooting a music video in the CN Tower of Toronto. And you know what the very first lyric in the song National Treasure is? They gotta light up the tower for this.
Facts.
Which leads me to believe that on episode 4, Drake is finally gonna give us the live stream that shows us the full version of National Treasure. Which also leads me to believe that Drake is...
He's probably not wrong about that, because like the other night when I played National Treasure, my fucking shit got flagged with copyright. I can't remember who it was through. I can go check. Who did it get flagged by? Let me see. I think I removed it from the stream after. But yeah, he might be right. If Drake puts out National Treasure, is it going to be like a whole... That beat is kind of like too good to sacrifice. Like, we kind of want him on that. I would love... Is he going to go in with a completely different verse? And like National Treasures, is he going to get another national treasure, like someone else from Canada? Like obviously Pressa's from Canada, right? So it could be another Canadian.
Gonna return to Canada for episode 4 of the live stream, like he did in episode 1, and exactly why he put the red and white theme for the 3 pictures when announcing episode 4. If I'm really reaching, it looks like he's kept the red and white theme for the Canada flag, put the Iceman in red on either side to represent the red sides of the flag.
I like that. I like this. I think it's a Canada thing, man. It's probably gonna be in Toronto, Canada, you know what I mean? Like, and I could see what he's saying. The 4 could be the leaf, ice, but that's actually pretty good. I actually like that.
And put a red number 4 in the middle to represent the red maple leaf in the Canada flag.
Yeah.
And remember how I said that National Treasure is a DeMar DeRozan diss? It appears that this song and entire rollout is going to be a heavy pro-Canada theme that leads him into the release of Iceman later that night. Now, Drake's beef with DeMar DeRozan stems back to 2024, when Kendrick Lamar lyric dropped him in the song Not Like Us with the...
Another thing too, Chad, I don't know if you saw this, but Kawhi Leonard actually just landed in Toronto himself. If you look at Sexy Red, who I think she has a show on Friday night. Sexy Red, it's 2 Y's, right? Red, here we go. I think she posted earlier, I believe they're in the Toronto airport. Let me see. Here we go. Look who I met today, and I think this is in Toronto. You know? I think this is in Toronto, so this guy, Kawhi, because Kawhi, do we think you could get us a ring? He might end up in the video. The game just landed in, the game just was in Toronto for a brief stint. I think he was there for about 24 hours. He flew to PJ, he landed. I saw his stories. He's clearly with Drake. He's drinking like one of those Bellini things that Drake drinks. Like the peach, whatever it's called. So he was clearly with Drake. So maybe what Drake is doing for part of his episode 4 is, showcasing or including some of the people that didn't switch up on him and stayed loyal. Like, these are the people that I'm fucking with. Obviously, Sexy Red. We seen her in the zine. He's done work with her before. I wouldn't be surprised at all if she was on the album or showed up in the episode in some way. But now that I'm seeing Kawhi and he's in Toronto and we got the National Treasure shit, he could be filming something. He could end up in there, right? And this was just today. She's got a show, I believe, in Toronto on Friday. Let me see. Toronto show. I think, yes. She's got a show she's got a show May 15th. She's got a show May 15th in Toronto. So who fucking knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? Let me get back to this guy's breakdown.
The lyrics, I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither, and threw DeMar DeRozan in the Not Like Us music video as a sign of Compton unity, the city where DeMar DeRozan is from. This was an attempt to draw...
Is that LAX, not YYZ? Someone hit me today and told me it was Toronto. But if it's LAX, then yeah, just forget everything I said. Someone told me today it was Toronto. It was someone kind of credible too. It was like a music manager or something text me and told me that. Oh, the pick is from LA? Okay, forget everything I said then. Forget everything I said.
Bring out Drake, as DeMar DeRozan used to play for Drake's beloved Toronto Raptors, and the two of them used to be very good friends when he was on the team. And after trying for many years to try and win a ring for the Toronto Raptors, he was ultimately traded to the San Antonio Spurs in exchange for Kawhi Leonard.
Yo, this was like such a good year too, man. Like when all this went down. I'm not even a big basketball guy, but like I watched this. The whole country was invested, I think.
Who in his one and only year at the Toronto Raptors, delivered a ring for them on the first try. And while Drake was an infamous part of that entire Toronto Raptors championship cycle, there's plenty of lyrics here talking about the Kawhi Leonard deal as well.
Bro, Drake was like the fucking Toronto Raptors mascot at that point. The way that he was like out on the court and everything, man, like trolling the players, like it was nuts.
The lyrics, when he was a part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexico trip in the spring, a reference to the infamous term heading to Cancun when teams are dumped out of the playoffs. We must have been dealing the spur of the moment, why did we think you could get us a ring? A homophone using the name Kawhi, the person that did deliver a ring, as well as a double entendre on the word spur, the team that he was traded to. He references the Kendrick Lamar lyric about DeRozan coming home to Compton with the lyrics, they bragging about how you went home, what are they on? Crody, we threw you away. G-Pop sent us a real one from Diego. The next thing you know, he was doing parades. G-Pop's being the coach, Greg Popovich, for the Spurs, that ultimately traded the person from San Diego, Kawhi Leonard, in exchange for DeMar DeRozan. Drake also had one more sneaky diss for DeMar DeRozan that referenced the current team he was playing for, the Sacramento Kings, with the lyric, I sent him a sack because I wanted you shipped to the king.
That's such a hard scheme, man. And this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, Drake had so much shit like that, too, in Family Matters. Like, shit like that that's just like... And people's like, it's nursery rhyme. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, do you listen to hip hop at all? Like, you can't listen to, like, that's crazy, bro. It's high level. It's high level writing. It might not be like Black Dot style, you know what I mean? But it is high level writing.
But it wouldn't be a bombshell Drake song without a couple of disses for Kendrick Lamar and Lucien Grange. Continuing with the basketball theme, one of the...
You said, Axe said the song's not coming out and that Drake was mad at Top 5 and Pressa for leaking. I heard the same thing. I heard when it leaked that Drake was going, he was trying to find out how the fuck it leaked. I did hear that. Yeah. And I think the first person he called was Top 5. And then obviously Pressa too, right? Rumors were saying that Pressa leaked it, but I don't know. Right? That'd be pretty stupid if he did.
Earliest lyrics in the song references the LA Lakers, the team of the city that Kendrick Lamar is from. The lyrics, R.I.P. Kobe, but all of you brokies, that's probably why you be shacking together. Now, Kobe and Shaq played together on the release with Family Ties when Certified Lover Boy released. Follow me at
Shout out to Raheem, man. Doing his thing. I definitely followed him on Instagram. Let me see if I can put his Instagram up here so you guys can follow it.
Same username as my TikTok.
His Instagram is Raheem Radio. It seems like he's trying to get his Instagram going. So if you guys want to follow him, it's right there. RIAM Radio. Pretty easy. So give him a follow and support him. It sounds like he's another person that's going to be covering this Drake stuff, and there's not many of us, and it seems like he's going to do a good job. So definitely hit him up. Is it Raheem? Riem? Bro, I'm terrible with names, man. I'm terrible with names. It's not Raheem. It's Riem. Riem. I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Let me see here. Shady Savage. Oh, wait. Sorry. We got J.A. Ozarosa with 2005 with the 368. For the Nocta and Go Habs Go. Shout out to you, bro, but I hope you don't think that we're doing the Nocta giveaway now, because that's not happening until May 14th. So I hope you weren't, like, confused. But I appreciate it. And, yeah, Go Habs Go. Straight up. $4.99 from Shady Savage. What's the chances that the Pinocchios from episode 2 and 3 could actually be artists chasing them for a hit record and not executives? I mean, I think in episode 4 you're gonna probably see a whole bunch of Pinocchios. I think because each time it kind of seems to be growing. Like in the first, we saw the first Pinocchio. There was only 1. Then there was 4, which I 100% believe like that represents the plan that he believes happened. Like I'm very confident with that. And then the next episode 4, maybe we'll see a whole bunch of Pinocchios that represent like the media and like some like YouTubers or whatever, right? Like I think the Pinocchio theme could apply to so much more than executives and artists. It could apply to the media. It could apply to a whole lot of things. So we might see a whole bunch of them. I wouldn't be surprised. Zach with the 20. Thank you, bro, for the 20. Generous dono. I think he shot a video for National Treasures because he said, gotta light the tower up for this. And the colors of the tower was the exact same colors as the National Treasures picture when the footage of him filming came out. Now, maybe he might drop a record called National Treasures that's not that beat, that's something completely different because it's not an official track. He might drop a National Treasures instead of National Treasure, and it's like a completely different song with a completely different beat, and he just wanted to use that title, right? Because I don't know if he's going to do the exact same record again. I really don't. 20 from Rap Rhetoric, my guy, my good friend. We were debating this in the ATD group chat. T.I. versus Luda in a Verzuz. Who you got? If you could pick one feature for Iceman, who would you choose? Okay, so T.I. versus Luda. It's really, really close. Like, it's really close, but I'm probably going to edge it to Luda. Honestly. Like, I think people forget the dominance that he had and the features he's done. And, like, I only realized when I saw Ludacris live for the first time, and I could not believe it for an hour straight. I was just in the crowd and looking around, and everybody knew the word to every joint. And I was like, holy fuck, man, this guy got a lot of hits. You don't really realize till you see it. Now, T.I.'s no slouch either, but I'm going to have to edge it to Luda just off that experience I had. Because, like, crowd engagement's a big part of it. And, like, the crowd that I seen with Luda was, it was nuts. It was one of the best performances of the weekend, and it was a full festival. So Luda gets it. And if I could pick one feature for Iceman, who would I choose? One feature for Iceman, who would I choose? Who would I choose? Well, I would honestly choose Future. I would choose Future. And I know people be like, no, like, listen, chat, I think there's a very high possibility that Future is on the album. I'm going to say, like, I think he is on the album. I think he is. So, Tory will be one, too. Tory will be another one that I would love to see. A Tory and Drake record I would love. Maybe Tory might be on it. If he's like doing this whole Canadian thing, maybe he might be. But for me, yeah, I'm going to say Future. Future's the number one pick, and I think I'm going to get my wish. I think I'm going to get it. Honestly. Rap rhetoric with the 2. I'm with you. Luda is criminally underrated. It's crazy to like I said, man, the guy got hits for days, right? 5 from Josh Pinda. I definitely think Who's Calling My Phone from Nokia has something to do with Lucian calling Whoo Kid and many more. I mean, look, man, like I'm not gonna say that's not a possibility. I'm not gonna say that's not a possibility, but I feel like the theme around phones and like phone booths and phone calls and in general, I think there's more to it than that. Now, maybe he does have a recording of Lucian or someone talking about the battle or talking about something that's incriminating. I don't know. You'd think it would have came out by now, but he's definitely playing the long game at this point. 2 from Solid Treatment. Dre Lucian pick from the zine, a Detox reference. I don't think it's a Detox reference. I think it's more of, I think it's more of like that moment. I think it's almost kind of self-explanatory what it means. Now, Drake wrote for Detox, right? I think Drake is targeting, obviously Dre is really tied in with Interscope and like based on the discovery. If you look at the discovery from what he was looking for in the lawsuit, I would say 80% of the discovery was Interscope employees. And then like some of them were Republic, not many. And then Lucian obviously being one. Jody Gerner, I think her name is. Like a couple people in UMG. He was looking for information. The 2 main people from Republic, Monty and Avery, he was looking for. But the rest was that entire Interscope umbrella, which tells me like this is where he believes the shit. Like, you know, this is obviously Kendrick's label too, right? And so I think that's where he felt all the shit went down. Now, Dr. Dre is tied to Interscope for sure, right? But I think it's more of a Lucian dig than anything. Calling him Dust is crazy. It's obviously a biblical reference too, but, you know. I heard Pink Panthers is on Iceman. Never know. I would love Baca on Iceman. He goes insanely crazy. I like a few joints by Baca. I do.
Top channel here.
I do. Is there any other? What else did this guy got? He's going over. What's this?
I bet you didn't catch all of the references behind this picture in Drake's Iceman magazine. The full version of Drake's Iceman magazine.
I gotta see my competition here, chat. I gotta see my I gotta see my competition here and see what I'm up against, because I put a lot of effort into this slide. So I gotta see. Is he on my bumper? Well, I gotta see.
Was leaked over the weekend, and I've been taking some time to look through all of the pages, but this one particularly stood out because of all of the interesting references behind it. Now, nothing about today's video is going to be speculation or uncovering a mystery, but I think it's cool that you learn a bit about hip-hop history behind this, as well as some other facts. We're going to start with the picture in the bottom left corner, which appears to be a van with a Japanese domain on there, linking to something related to Iceman. With a slogan at the back that says Iceman is so cool, and a domain that says fuji-iceman.co.jp, it's obvious this is a Japanese domain. So when I clicked on the domain, it appeared to be an ice shop called Fuji Hamiro in Shibuya outside of Tokyo. And while I looked all over the site, there didn't appear to be any secrets about this place.
It's just, it's just a business I think it's just a business in Japan.
I bet you didn't know about the...
Damn it. Hold on, I just lost his video. I don't usually like watching other people's breakdowns because I don't want it to influence mine, but
I bet you didn't catch all of the references behind this picture in Drake's Iceman magazine. This place. Simply just 2 wonderful gentlemen that seem to run an ice shop where they like to do custom orders similar to the Iceman shop in Canada. And to give you a little bit of extra context, I went on Google Streets afterwards just to see what it looked like, and this is what the surrounding areas around the ice shop looks like. Next, we go to the top right of this image, where there appears to be a flaming sea, and this is going to be the flaming sea logo of the team, the Calgary Flames, in the NHL. Now, the Calgary Flames originally used to be called the Atlanta Flames in 1972, and when they migrated to Canada in 1980, fans from Atlanta found themselves supporting a Canadian hockey team, and one of the most relevant Atlanta stars, Lil Yachty, actually happens to have this sea tattooed on his chest.
Yeah, I seen this too. Yeah, I caught this too with the sea. I was wondering how Yachty was tied to it, but yeah, like that. Because I was like, why the fuck does Yachty have a Calgary Flames C?
This
It's the Atlanta thing.
viral photo of his chest and tattoos looking pretty funny happens to have the flaming C as the second C in his Concrete Boys tattoo across his sternum. Lil Yachty actually happens to be a pretty big Calgary Flames fan, as he's seen in different kinds of merch in various pictures. But our boy Drake appears to be a pretty big Calgary Flames fan as well, including pictures he's taken with some of the players in the locker room, as well as some collaborations he's done.
Nah, he's a Leafs fan, man. He's a Leafs fan. Drake is a diehard Leafs fan.
With his OVO fashion brand.
But the player he was with back here, that's Jerome McGinley, who's like just
big Calgary Flames fan.
Because it seems like
and as he's seen in different kinds of merch in various pictures. But our boy
right here, this is at an NHL All-Star game, right? This is an NHL All-Star, so obviously like the best players in the league get selected, same as the NBA. So right now, he was at the All-Star game, and he's just like snapping a picture with Jerome, who played for Calgary, I think, his whole career, I think. Really dope hockey player, actually. This dude could fight, he could hit, he could score, like he was fat, like yo, he was just an all-around amazing hockey player.
Drake appears to be a pretty big Calgary Flames fan as well, including pictures he's taken with some of the players in the locker room, as well as some collaborations he's done with his OVO fashion brand. Drake also happened to win $2 million on a bet he placed for an overtime win they had a couple years ago, but the Iceman picture and the Calgary Flames logo appear to just be for the vibes, whereas the other three pictures actually have a bit of hip-hop history behind them. We look directly underneath the Calgary Flames logo to see a black and white photo of a woman. The woman in this picture is Lil Kim, a very famous rapper from New York in the 90s, and this is from a 1997 photo shoot that she took for the Vibe magazine. Now, I don't have access to the magazine, but I did find these pictures on eBay that do state a couple of quotes from her, in addition to the pictures that were part of the photo shoot. This is a time when Lil Kim decided to dye her hair blonde and was debuting it as part of this Vibe magazine photo shoot. And as one of the most sought-after women in the game, this was definitely an iconic photo shoot that most people remember. Now, Lil Kim famously beefed with Drake's Young Money partner, Nicki Minaj, when she was first coming into the game. But if you move to the top left of this magazine image, you're gonna see a different picture of Lil Kim wearing a blue fur coat, along with the late Aaliyah, who Drake absolutely adored and tried to make a collab album with in 2011. Now, this picture was taken in 1996, just 1 year before the Vibe magazine picture that we looked at a second ago. And this photo was taken on the set of Lil Kim's song named Crush on You. Now,
you say the vids are too loud, your audio levels are too low, and the vid you're streaming are too loud. Okay, so I'll put my audio up, and like I'll put the video down a bit, and you could tell me if that's better.
Crush on You was one of the lead singles that Lil Kim released for her album Hardcore, and this was going to be her first solo album after doing some work with Biggie Smalls in the couple.
Okay, I'm good. Matt, you need to react to Punch TDE on Joe Budden. Was he really? Let me see. I didn't know that. Joe Budden Punch TDE. Punch TDE responds to Joe Budden TDE. TDE Punch and Joe Budden address rumors of payola and speak on Iceman. Okay.
TDE Punch had sat down with Joe Budden to talk about the payola allegations as well as Drake's upcoming album Iceman. Now, if you guys don't remember,
I'm sure there's probably clips on Twitter, right? If I look close enough. Let's see. If I just type in like TDE Punch. TDE Punch. Joe Budden. The Joe Budden podcast narrative, clearing and building with TDE Punch. Okay, let's see.
Now I was going to ask, yo, Punch, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
How much Joe costs?
Oh man, that's private, bro.
What's the ticket on
that's
Joe?
Between us. That's really why I'm up here. I'm checking on my investment.
Making sure I get an ROI.
Making sure everything's right. Yeah, Punch, they say they
I don't think Punch paid Joe. I don't know. I don't think he did. I just think Joe doesn't like Drake. So, like, Joe was one person who couldn't wait to see Drake fall. So, just as a byproduct of him not liking Drake, I think he sided with Kendrick. And that's the same situation you saw with a lot of other people that went against Drake, right? People were very quick to side with Kendrick for that reason. It could have been anyone.
You see them say that about me?
I did.
You see when they say that?
Absolutely.
You don't clear it up neither.
Absolutely not. We gotta let that one rock.
Oh man, how you feel? You know what time it is next week. You know
What's that? What's going on next week?
Ice.
That's why you're here today, to make sure that we hyping it up.
Y'all gonna dance or what?
You know what time it is. Iceman is next
Yeah,
week.
That's
Are
right.
you gonna be outside?
Who?
You.
I ain't never went in the house.
He not coming to Toronto. He's not coming to Toronto. He ain't walking around. Nah, I don't think so.
Spicy. Today's
All right.
spicy.
All right. Well, you gonna be listening?
Yeah, if I get around to it.
Okay, if I get around to it.
Good
See what's
response.
happening.
He's busy, man. Yeah. He got shit to do. He can't just listen to everything.
Yeah, if you find some time.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
I mean, I love music though. I'm a student of the game, so I want to hear what everybody doing.
Well, I mean, you hung Drake's. You'd think he's a fan of Drake because they hung Drake's picture up on their wall when Kendrick was first coming up. So you can't tell me he's not a fan.
Oh yeah, you gonna hear what Iceman got to say.
Yeah, definitely here.
Yeah, we ain't talking about what everybody doing.
Yo, we so phony, yo. We phony as fuck, yo.
Why? Why we phony?
Cause like we was up here going crazy when Kendrick was going
For free.
Yeah. We was going crazy. We was looking a little biased. at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
it was a good moment, man. It was a good moment.
One was making better stop.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't like that.
We don't need to rehash this thing. But I don't think I was moving bias in any of it for free.
So they're just trolling. So is that the part you want me to react to, or is there more to it?
Now, yo, Punch, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, so same clip. Punch joins, allegations. Who had the best verse between Kendrick and Jay-Z on Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe?
Who had the best verse on Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix?
That's tough. That last verse that did was nasty.
But I'm glad you said it. Give me the order of which that song was laid.
Anything else? TDE Punch responds to Joe Budden podcast on album delays. So I think that's about all you're going to get about the battle, I guess, right? I don't know if they talked about anything else. Right? I don't know if they talked about anything else. 5 from Hey Hype. Thank you, bro. I can't wait for the day when you're live streaming and you get a DM from the Iceman. Keep up the great work, bro. We all appreciate your hustle. You know, maybe that already happened. You know, you never know. Maybe that already happened. So we'll leave that up in the air. Punch and most of TDE and Elliott Wilson are Joe. Okay, so it looks like that's just a small preview of what's to come. So I guess we'll find out. I'm assuming he's gonna put this behind a paywall. He's probably this is gonna be on Patreon only, maybe. But I'm sure we'll see the clips when it comes out, and we'll see if they talk about the battle or anything else. I feel like Punch already really went into the battle with Curtis King when he did the interview with him. So I don't know. 10 from Josh. Thank you, bro. Today I caught Drake saying I got a contract. It's a max since I got in contact. I no friends in the industry. Something I didn't think much before now making sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, at that time when he did, that was like right around the time he signed the $400 million deal. So that's what he was talking about there, I believe, was that huge deal that he had just signed, right? So that is a max. 400 mil is a max. But now he's talking super max. So I think he wants even more. I can't see him signing with a major. I just really can't see it. Not me. As a Canadian, I'm not mad at Dirt doing what's best for himself. I'm objectively a fan of both. Yeah, that's cool. Like, look, man, if Kendrick drops an album, I'm gonna listen to it. Obviously, I'm not gonna not listen to it. You know, it's not like the battle happened. I deleted all of his music from my phone or something. I gotta admit, though, I haven't been listening to very much Kendrick post battle. Like, it got to a point where I like, especially like tracks from the beef and stuff I couldn't listen to, and a lot of them, like me and my girl were playing ball the other day, and like we just had a playlist going, and I can't remember what song came on by Kendrick, and I was like, turn this off. I don't know. You know, I'm home team, man. I'm from Canada, so it is what it is. Dirt, I sent you one more. I don't miss when it comes to the slaps. Okay, let me see what you got here, buddy. So Multi-M, he is, I gotta agree, he's pretty good with these song recommendations. Sent a file. Let me see here. Right here. This is like a classic. I haven't heard this in a very long time. Very long time. About this record. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Stay Down. Great recommendation, bro. Stay Down, Drake, and Busta. Yeah, this is it right here. Got a chop and screwed version. This ain't it. Yeah, but it's there. It's there. Fire recommendation, bro, for sure. For sure. Today I caught. Okay, so Drake featuring Glasses Malone. I don't think that exists. Shot for Me is a top 3 song. It's up there, bro. Shot for Me is amazing. Has anyone seen coverage about the Revenge shirt in Drake's Amazon warehouse shop? I saw that. I mean, there's been a couple references to Revenge with him. There's the, I could think of 3 off top. So what you just mentioned, and then Plot Twist. Plot Twist had the Revenge Red thing, and I'll show you where that's at. It's pretty close to the bottom. If you go way down, you will see Revenge Red. Right about, I'm still going. It's here somewhere. We got the Burning Man. Sorry. Fuck, I think it's like pretty much at the beginning of the Iceman. Here it is. So we have Revenge. Oh wait, I don't even have my screen on here. Right here. That's Revenge Red there. So that's one reference to Revenge. Then there's the t-shirt that he just mentioned. And then there's the literal post that Drake just made just a while back. Oh, damn. He had 140 million followers yesterday. Now it's down to 139. What's going on? Right here. It is part of this slide, I think. Nope, not this one. It's part of this one, maybe? They doubted me. Talk is cheap. Nope, it's not this one. It's the next one down from that. It's this one, the one with the big diamond. It says, I'm pretty sure, bro. Nope. Where is it? Which one was it? That's not it. Is it here? Yeah, I have 2 main activities in life, smoking and plotting revenge. So there's been quite a few references to revenge. Like when I think about revenge, though, I think it's revenge against the label, the infrastructure, not so much like Kendrick himself. Now, Kendrick might catch a few strays, but I don't know. You said a bot's removed on all IG, bots inactive. Peers getting poached. Dude, French won the Verzuz. No, he never, did he? Out here looking for revenge. Exactly. What else we got? It's super old. Yeah, it's a really old track. Cashmere socks, cashmere coat, Lake Como. Summer 16 by Drake is where it started. Dirt, a week from now, we'll be listening to Iceman. I know. Don't even remind me, man. I gotta get on the pulse with this breakdown. I gotta get going. But I just wanted to chop it up with you guys tonight. I'll try and be on live. When anything big happens with Iceman, I'll definitely be on live. I don't think we're getting much more, though. I don't think we're getting much more up until the date. Like, obviously, we're not getting a single or anything like that. Now, is he going to do something this weekend? Maybe you might see, like, little things going on in Toronto where Drake is spotted doing something, but I don't think we're getting any music until May 14th. In that episode, I believe there will be music from Iceman in the stream itself. Like the way he overlaid music before, he's going to do that, but it's going to be actual tracks from Iceman. Then we get to album at night. Now, is the album going to be called Iceman? That's still kind of up in the air because, well, it looks like the film that he's putting out is probably called Freeze the World. Right? It's probably called Freeze the World. And then the album is Iceman. I don't know. It's going to be interesting what he does. Dude, French won the Verzuz. I can't believe that. I can't believe that, bro. I honestly can't because, like, I didn't think it'd be even close with Ross and French Montana. I just thought it was a thing that Gamma was doing because they're both signed to Gamma, and I figured it was just a big Gamma extravaganza. Thank you for the $1.07. HXAUU. Much appreciated. 5 from my guy Mystic. The New York bias fans giving French a sympathy award. Rick Ross won by a landslide. I would think the same thing. Bro. Come on. I definitely gotta watch the whole thing. Because there's just no way. Jared said months ago that he didn't think it was called Iceman. Yeah, I saw that he said that. And, like, did Drake ever... Well, he did. I think during one of his lives, or one of his performances, he mentioned something about... Drake said he was working on an album called Iceman, right? No, you don't, because it's French. Use the Drake verses. You think that's why he won? Because he used actual lyrics from Drake and, like, the audio? I don't know, chat. I can't call it, but I will be back. Over the weekend, I'll definitely be streaming. I'm working on the video. It's getting pretty close, like, scripting-wise, right? I got to get it out, obviously, before May 14th. I have to. So I have no other choice, whether I stay awake for 3 days to do it. I'll figure it out, all right? But I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. I think Ack is live right now, so definitely tune into Ack. Push some traffic over to him. And